Hollywood is a city of dreams, a place where stars are born and legends are made. But on September 8, 2025, it became the scene of a nightmare that would haunt the city for years to come. An abandoned black Tesla, towed from a quiet street, drew attention at a local yard due to a powerful foul odor that no one could ignore. Tow yard staff, alarmed by the smell, immediately called the police, fearing the worst. Officers arrived swiftly, zeroing in on the car's front trunk, the frunk, where the odor was strongest and most unbearable. Inside, they found a large bag, ominously sealed and heavy. Its contents would turn a routine impound into a full-blown homicide investigation, changing the course of the day. The discovery quickly escalated the scene into a major crime scene, drawing forensic teams and media attention from all over the city. News spread rapidly. A teenage girl's body had been found, hidden in a car left on a public street, shocking the community. The questions were immediate and chilling. Who was she? How did she die? Who put her there? The mystery deepened with every passing hour. The case would soon link a tragic death to a rising music star, sending shockwaves through Hollywood and beyond. The city's glamorous image was shattered by the grim reality unfolding at the tow yard, a stark contrast to its usual glitz and glamour. The investigation had only just begun, promising to uncover secrets that would shake Hollywood to its core. The victim was identified as Celeste Rivas, a name that would soon echo through the hearts of two communities, her quiet hometown and the bustling city where her story ended. She was just 15, a teenager from Lake Elsinore, a city nestled beside a shimmering lake, about 70 miles from the bright lights and chaos of Hollywood. Celeste had been missing since May 2024. For weeks, her family clung to hope, searching for any sign that she might walk through the door again. But that hope was shattered by a call from the medical examiner, delivering the news every parent dreads. She had a history of running away, often returning after a few days. But this time, the silence stretched on, and her absence grew heavier with each passing day. At first, her disappearance was treated as another runaway case. But as days turned into weeks, the lack of any contact or sightings became deeply worrying, even for seasoned investigators. The discovery of her body in Hollywood, so far from the safety of her home, only deepened the mystery. How did a girl from a small town end up in the heart of Los Angeles, her life cut short? For her family, Celeste was more than a headline or a statistic. She was a daughter, a friend, a young woman with dreams and laughter, whose absence left a void that could never be filled. Their private grief became public as news crews gathered outside their home, and the search for answers began to unfold in front of cameras and strangers. The question haunted everyone. How did Celeste end up in the trunk of a Tesla, abandoned miles from everything she knew? The investigation shifted overnight, from a desperate search for a missing girl to a complex homicide case, with detectives racing to piece together the truth. The journey from Lake Elsinore to Hollywood, once a simple line on a map, became a tangled puzzle for investigators, filled with unanswered questions and troubling possibilities. The search for Celeste was over, but the search for justice had only just begun. Detectives combed through evidence, retracing her final steps, determined to bring closure to her family. Her story became a symbol of heartbreak, a rallying cry for families of the missing, and a reminder of the dangers that can lurk just beyond the familiar. Now, investigators faced the daunting task of piecing together the final months of Celeste's life, determined to uncover the truth and ensure her story would not be forgotten. The car at the center of the case was a 2023 black Tesla Model S, luxurious, high-tech, and out of place on a quiet Hollywood street. Residents noticed the abandoned vehicle, prompting authorities to tag and tow it after the required waiting period. The car's dark windows and pristine exterior gave no hint of the horror inside. Only after it arrived at the tow yard did the smell of decomposition reveal the car's secret. The staff's quick action in calling police preserved crucial evidence. The Tesla became more than a car. It was now a key piece of evidence. Forensic experts would comb every inch, searching for answers in its digital logs and physical traces. The vehicle, once a symbol of modern luxury, had become a silent witness to tragedy. Investigators hoped it would help unlock the mystery of Celeste Rivas's final moments. The Tesla's registration led police to a surprising owner, David Anthony Burke, known as D4vd, a 20-year-old rising music star. The connection between his car and the crime drew instant media frenzy. D4vd, famous for viral hits and millions of fans, suddenly found his name linked to a homicide. Social media exploded with speculation. Did he know Celeste? Was he involved? D4vd and his team went silent, fueling rumors and public curiosity. For police, he was a person of interest, not a suspect, but someone with answers about the car's whereabouts. Investigators needed to know, when did he last see the Tesla? Was it stolen? Did he know the victim? As D4vd continued his tour, the shadow of the investigation followed him. The world of music and fame collided with a real-life tragedy. The singer's future now depended on the answers he could provide. The tow yard scene was grim and methodical. The air was thick with an unsettling silence, broken only by the occasional distant siren. The chain-link fence, rusted and foreboding, seemed to guard the secrets within. LAPD officers, guided by the overpowering odor, opened the Tesla's frunk and found a heavy duffel bag. The officers exchanged worried glances, knowing that what they were about to uncover would be grim. Inside was the decomposed body of a young female. The sight was both tragic and horrifying, a stark reminder of the fragility of life. Homicide detectives and forensic teams took over, treating every detail as vital evidence. They meticulously documented the scene, knowing that even the smallest clue could be crucial. The state of decomposition complicated the investigation, making time and cause of death difficult to determine. The detectives knew they were in for a challenging case. The medical examiner's office took custody of the body for identification and autopsy. They hoped that the autopsy would provide some answers, shedding light on the victim's final moments. The tow yard, under harsh investigative lights, became a stark reminder of Hollywood's dark side. The bright lights cast long shadows, adding to the eerie atmosphere. Detectives now faced urgent questions. How long had the body been there? Who was responsible for this heinous act? Was she placed before or after the car was abandoned? The timeline was crucial in piecing together the events leading up to her death. The discovery was only the beginning of a complex investigation. The detectives knew that solving this case would require relentless effort and attention to detail. Every clue at the scene would be critical in unraveling what happened to Celeste Rivas. The detectives meticulously collected evidence, hoping to find the key to solving the mystery. The search for answers intensified as the case gained national attention. Media outlets swarmed the scene, eager for any new developments. The investigation pressed forward, determined to uncover the truth. The team knew that they owed it to Celeste and her family to find justice. Identification was challenging due to decomposition. Forensic experts relied on physical details, a unique sh tattoo, and personal items to build a profile. The breakthrough came when these matched the missing person report for Celeste Rivas. The confirmation ended her family's agonizing search, but brought devastating news. The official cause of death was deferred, pending further tests. Toxicology and detailed examination would determine if her death was accidental, intentional, or the result of foul play. With Celeste identified, the investigation gained new urgency. Detectives shifted focus. What happened to her in her final days? The mystery deepened, but the case now had a name and a face. The search for justice for Celeste Rivas became the investigation's driving force. The next steps would be crucial in uncovering the truth. With Celeste identified and the Tesla linked to D4vd, LAPD ramped up their efforts. Detectives worked to reconstruct Celeste's movements from her disappearance to the discovery of her body, a gap of over a year. They also needed to trace the Tesla's journey and determine who had access to it. D4vd on tour became a key person of interest, but not a suspect. Forensic analysis of the Tesla's digital logs and physical evidence was a top priority. Investigators hoped the car's data would reveal where it had been and who had used it. The medical examiner's office continued working to determine the cause of death. The LAPD urged the public to come forward with any information. The search for answers pressed on with the hope of finding justice for Celeste. The discovery in D4vd's car had an immediate impact on his career. At the height of his success, he was suddenly linked to a homicide investigation. Public perception shifted overnight, and his team went silent, fueling speculation. Fans were divided, and social media became a battleground of opinions. Scheduled concerts were abruptly canceled, including a major show in Los Angeles. The uncertainty surrounding the investigation made continuing his tour impossible. D4vd's future now hung in the balance, his image overshadowed by tragedy. The story moved from music blogs to national headlines. Whether his career could recover depended on the investigation's outcome. The singer's fate was now tied to the search for truth in Celeste's case. Celeste Rivas's death devastated her family and the Lake Elsinore community. Their hope turned to heartbreak as they mourned a young life lost under tragic circumstances. Vigils and memorials were planned to honor her memory and support her family. The case sparked conversations about protecting vulnerable teens and the dangers they face. In Los Angeles, the story exposed the city's darker side beneath its glamorous surface. The investigation became a citywide topic, with many hoping for answers and justice. For Celeste's family, the legal process would be long and painful. Their greatest wish was to understand how her life ended so tragically. The mystery of Celeste Rivas became a personal tragedy, leaving a community searching for closure and justice.